This episode of Weekly Weird News is sponsored by Feels and by Upstart.
Remember Steve Urkel?
Did I do that?
A lot of you watching this were born in like 1999, so you might not remember Steve Urkel.
Got any cheese?
Oh my God. Steve Urkel started off as a very minor, recurring character, the sort of stereotypical nerd living next door to the Winslow family on the sitcom Family Matters. For its first few seasons, the show was mostly grounded in reality. It focused mostly on the Winslow family. But gradually, it just kind of morphed into the Steve Urkel show, and it featured more and more just completely nonsensical science fiction stuff, like, for example, Steve Urkel manipulating his own DNA to become Stefan Urkel, a cool, non-nerdy version of himself.
Yeah.
And Urkel, with his catchphrases and his signature Urkel dance, basically stole the show, like literally.
Didn't he have, he had a robot at some point, I believe, as well.
It got real wacky.
Maybe it was both of them. Screech from Save the Bell, who just died. Rest in peace, I guess. He turned out to be a real asshole, but he died, which is sad, sad. But Steve Urkel, I think maybe both of them had a robot version of themselves as well. Family Matters went off the rails.
It went real off the rails.
That
started off as just like, it's the Winslow family, just a normal family in middle-class America, and they're like, look at this weird neighbor, and everyone's like, we want more of that neighbor. He says funny lines.
Yeah, and then literally he went into a transformation device that turned him into like a sexy version of himself, where he could finally, at that point, seduce the Winslow daughter,
Laura,
who he had always been chasing.
Between Urkel and Screech, I mean, nerd culture was set back by decades, probably. Great.
At least with Urkel, as far as I know, nothing terrible like Screech. Screech stabbed the guy.
Yeah, Screech was a real bastard. And he also, it's sad that he died, but it sounds like it was totally preventable.
Well, and
he was just walking around with a fucking tumor in his neck for years.
He had that's for a different time. But basically he was like, I don't want to go get this checked out because people are going to make fun of me for having cancer or something.
What? All right.
Anyways, why are we talking about a character from a sitcom that's been off the air for 23 years? Well, because Steve Urkel is back, baby, and he's selling weed now.
Did I roll that joint?
Or at least Jaleel White, the actor who played Urkel, is selling weed now. If you've ever bought dispensary cannabis, you're probably aware of the purple Urkel strain of indica. It's been around forever, and apparently the guy who played Urkel is finally gonna cash in on that name. As he explains on the website for his cannabis company, It's Purple, quote, for over 20 years, friends and family have sent me photos of my TV character's self plastered across a wide range of cannabis products. The best part, everyone always thinks they're the first. Dude, have you seen this? You have your own weed. From eighth jars to rolling trays to rap song mentions, Purple Urkel and I have lived apart like fraternal twins separated at birth. Hey, that's my face. Did I grow that? No, but I sure wish I did.
Should have done the whole thing in the Urkel voice.
Yeah, I guess. It's hard.
It's just annoying.
It's been so long since I've actually sat down and watched an episode. And I used to watch, it wasn't must-see TV, it was TGIF.
Yeah.
I watched literally every episode. It was Family Matters, Full House.
Yeah.
There was usually a cartoon or something that was on a Friday.
Urkel was so popular that they put him in those other shows. He had cameos.
Yeah, they had walk-ons, yeah.
He's a canonical character in every mid-90s TGIF show.
I don't know if they were both done by Miller Boyett, but there had to have been some wink and nod, hey, these are both on ABC.
America just couldn't get enough. It was Urkel and Bart Simpson. Everyone just fucking loved everything about them.
And the kids from Full House.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Both of them. Anyway, Mr. Urkel, or Mr. White, Jaleel White, he elaborated further in an interview with Forbes, saying, at first it was flattering, but then it became frustrating seeing and hearing about Purple Urkel in the cannabis marketplace. The thing that always stood out to me was there's no clear brand leader for fire purple weed. It made no sense to me. No company of significance had claimed this lane, so why not me? And the Urkel character is a huge part of his company's branding. It's might as you know. There's even a strain called Stefan for more sophisticated high.
Yeah.
But you may already know all of this actually if you watched Jake Paul knock out Ben Askren on Saturday night in the first round, because that broadcast featured a nearly 5-minute long ad for It's Purple, in which Steve Urkel, the character, smokes a bunch of weed with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
It's surreal. Here's a little bit. Take a look.
Well, my mind's on my money and my money's on my mind. I don't drink. I smoke. The sticky icky.
Yeah.
The Mary Jane. Well, say less. I grow my own.
Purple Urkel.
Steve Urkel got his own weed.
Indeed. Purple Urkel. I manipulated the flavonoids to enhance the purple aesthetic.
Save all that shit. Let's spark up one. Oh, you ain't fucking around.
I should warn you, all of my strains have extreme potency.
Man, the stranger the strange, the stronger my game.
Well, I didn't mean to insult you. I just didn't want your contract invalidated because you were impaired.
Say, Mike, I'm the big boss dog. When I smoke, the weed get high, nephew.
Well, alrighty then. Let's smoke.
Did high do that?
Yeah, so that fight, like, I didn't look into this at all because I don't care about these stupid YouTube fights. But then I saw, like, the day of, I was like, let me check in on this. Let me see the weigh-in. I was like, wait, who's this guy? And I went on, like, the UFC subreddit, and they're like, everyone there's just like, he's not even a fucking, like, a boxer, like, a UFC, he's a grappler or something like that. And also, it's been years since he's fought professionally
way
or something.
past his prime,
and he's clearly out of shape.
He's doing this for the $500,000 that he gets regardless of what happens.
Yeah, so you're like looking at it, it's like, well, yeah, Jake Paul looks like a monster compared to this guy.
Yes.
And he's gonna get knocked out. It's like, unless this guy can get him on the ground, but no, it's a boxing match. Like, look, Jake Paul, he's 3-0.
He's
got a perfect record.
That makes him one of the best fighters alive.
But the whole like thing is, he hasn't fought a real boxer yet.
No, they've all been real.
Now, the last guy was like an NBA star. They kept saying professional athlete as if it meant professional fighter. Yeah. But he was an NBA guy. And then also, I only saw clips. It was live streaming on YouTube, so I saw the 1 minute bout between Jake Paul or whatever. But I saw the clips like Pete Davidson, Snoop Dogg, the musical acts, complete silence as they were doing the national anthem or the Star Spangled Banner or something like that. It was a weird production. Pete Davidson, like, making fun of both of them, but then, like, I guess he didn't hold back too much on Jake Paul. The whole production was extremely weird.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Back to Urkel.
Yeah, for 80s and 90s kids, it's definitely weird as hell seeing 44-year-old Steve Urkel selling and smoking highly potent legal weed. Like, imagine explaining that to someone in the year 1995 where legal weed was like, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
And Steve Urkel is smoking it and selling it, you said?
That adorable, wholesome little boy from next door? Anyways, we wish Mr. Urkel good luck and great success on his new venture, but also, he clearly, unless I'm mistaken, does not own the Urkel brand name. That is owned by ABC and the production company.
He owns his face, though.
True, but like
Yeah, I don't know. It will be funny if he does get sued by some rights holder who's like,
there was
wait,
something
what?
recently.
They did what with it?
It's completely like, I can't think of it right now, but there was something recently where someone tried to do this and they're like, you don't own.
Was it Carlton with the Carlton dance?
It might have been. Yeah. No, it was the guy from Scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you don't own the dance. It was produced on the show.
Yeah, Donald Faison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so hopefully, for him, I really hope that they just look the other way.
Yeah,
maybe that'll be the case. But it is weird to be like, yeah, here's like this massive, technically trademarked name that I'm just going to appropriate and use for my weed strain.
Yeah, there's a good point. I haven't seen that brought up. Anyways, speaking of characters, we do have a White Boy Summer update for you.
Oh, God.
So Chet Hanks, the tatted-up rapping son of actor Tom Hanks, released the official music video for White Boy Summer last week, and it is really something.
You sure we should upload this? Ah, man, we paid to film it and edit it. Well, just put it up.
Should we wait for all this other shit to blow over?
No.
Should we release White Boy Summer in the midst of
the music video is going to get so many hits that it will dominate the SEO, thereby clearing out any other negative press. Much like Jake Paul and his accusations that came out last week.
Poof.
Take him in Jake Paul now, you just see the boxing, the minute clip.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is weirdly catchy, but also cringy and weird in ways that are very Chet Hanks. And for one thing, Chet Hanks is literally the only white boy in the entire video. Every other person featured is a woman in a bikini who played football with Chet and also twerk all over his face. And if you were wondering if Chet was going to do that weird Jamaican patois accent thing that he keeps doing, despite people telling him that it's very weird and very offensive, he certainly does do that.
A whole verse of it.
He even drapes himself in a Jamaican flag throughout the video.
He's born in the wrong body.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be born in Brentwood to actor Tom Hanks. I was supposed to be born in Kingston.
Transracial.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm waiting for him to make that claim.
what's her name? The lady.
Rachel Dolezal.
Rachel Dolezal.
Anyways, we can't actually play the audio without risking upsetting the copyright robots. So let's just read some of these White Boy Summer lyrics for you in our whitest voices possible.
Oh, you don't want me to do the accent?
No.
I met a bad little shorty at a party dance, getting to the bag like it was her only chance. Rich bitch known rolling up them bands, said, fuck it, then she went and made an OnlyFans. Hot boy, white boy summer, got your favorite Instagram bitch DMing her number. Hit the strip club, I'm like thunder. She let me beat it, I'm the white boy wonder. That entire verse was written around him trying to put OnlyFans into it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, I want to hit OnlyFans because it's really big right now, so we're going to put that right in the middle. We're going to write above and below it.
I mean, that's a method.
Yeah.
It is a little weird that that last line there is she let me beat it when he's currently
facing
accused of domestic violence. But I don't know. Okay.
A little on the nose.
All right, here's some more White Boy Summer lyrics. Bust it down. Tatiana's all out by the cabana. Rolling marijuana, and they all from Guyana. Yeah, Russian girl named Svetlana. Another from the islands. Yeah, she looked just like Rihanna. Yeah, white girls love Madonna. Girls want to have fun. You can do it if you wanna.
What decade is he writing? You know, those white girls, they love Madonna.
60-year-old Madonna.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? I love Madonna.
Sure, she's great. Yeah. CHET, yeah, bitch, that's me. Put respect on my name next time you see me. At this, did he rhyme me with me? At this level of fame, I'm just working my way up the motherfucking ladder. Bitch, it's all in a day. Yeah, 40 racks off merch. First date. Bitch, you might go berserk. Yeah, I might make her squirt. Let me see you make it twerk.
Yeah, that's Tom Hanks' son talking about making women's vaginas squirt. So that's another thing that would probably be difficult to explain to someone in the year 1995. Hey, you know beloved actor Tom Hanks from Sleepless in Seattle? And you know, other such hits, Splash. Well, anyways, he's going to have a son who's going to be covered in tattoos, and he's going to rap about making women ejaculate when he fucks them.
I mean, that's not that far out of the realm of possibility for actors in the 80s and 90s already had weird kids, so.
Yeah, it's true.
What's endearing, though, may I say, is that at the very least, these lyrics are so terrible that you have to assume that he did write them himself.
Yeah, I mean, he might have even just been improvising this whole thing.
Could be.
Could be a freestyle.
It could be.
And if so, very impressive.
Sure. If it's a freestyle.
He even, like, towards the end of the song, he's like, it's like, no, we don't need another verse. He does that thing where it's like talking to the producer over the mic, but you leave the audio in, and it's totally
that's perfect.
Totally off the cuff and not like rehearsed or anything.
Yeah.
It's an interesting video. Chet Hanks, he is on the scene, people. He is so bad at SEO that he was complaining about this on his Instagram stories all weekend. So bad at SEO that his own music video was like on page 5 of the results on YouTube for White Boy Summer because there's just a bunch of other people re-uploading it.
Well, this video will probably be higher if you search for it.
Probably.
He's got a little Jake Paul in him.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the comparisons recently.
Chet Hanks is absolutely going to do a boxing match. He should fight Jake Paul.
Nah, Jake Paul would probably like destroy him. He'd fight like another like washed up athlete.
Someone else's son.
Yeah, it'd be like Chet Hanks is going to fight this NASCAR driver that's been retired for 10 years. Tony Stewart. He's going to fight Tony Stewart.
Chet Hanks versus Jeff Gordon. And he has to fight in his full
Hey man, I'm 60
NASCAR.
years old. Please, go easy on me.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. versus Chet Hanks. I want to see it.
Tony Stewart actually is, he fought on the track a lot. I mean, like, he got out of his car and fought people.
There's fights in NASCAR?
Yeah, they get out of their fucking cars and they'll get out and beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Throw their helmets at the other car.
Seems dangerous.
Tony Stewart, he did that.
Well, didn't know that.
Yeah, so maybe he should fight Chet Hanks. I'm willing this into existence.
Yeah.
Sure, Tony Stewart's 50 years old, but he's in probably better shape than Chet Hanks. You don't know how much muscle it actually takes to hold the wheel left.
Yeah, no, those guys
straight.
are in great shape.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you've been following the Chet Hanks White Boy Summer arc, you know that initially we were pretty pro-Chet and pro-White Boy Summer. I mean, he's a weird dude, and kind of cringy and really dumb, but he seemed like an all right guy.
Yeah.
But then, of course, seemingly instantly, the milkshake duck made a trip down to
Quack,
Venice
quack.
Beach, quacking,
Yeah.
drinking that milkshake, and milkshake ducked Chet Hanks because, it came out that he may have been physically and mentally abusive to his ex-girlfriends, but also she may have also physically abused him.
And apparently tried to shake him down with a bunch of security guards that she hired or friends that she brought.
She claims those were the movers she hired. I don't know. It's a lot of he said, she said bullshit.
Mm-hmm. You think you better quit talking that shit?
Yeah, very murky, but they're currently suing each other in separate lawsuits. And the ex-girlfriend's allegations in her lawsuit are pretty fucked up. She's said that he threatened to shoot her, told him he would kill himself if she left him.
Not to mention his
wouldn't let her
merch
go anywhere.
did not look that great.
Merch looked a little
aggressive,
white supremacist.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So we're not standing White Boy Summer. We're just making you aware that he continues on.
He
marches forward, trying to make it happen despite the obstacles in his way.
So that's your Chet Hanks update for now.
Anyways, moving on to news about death. And we're always intrigued with the more unique ways that some people choose to celebrate their life being over with. In particular, the practice of staging embalmed corpses and scenes as if they are still alive, which is apparently very popular in Puerto Rico. It's really fascinating and morbid stuff, but it makes its way online frequently, and if that's the people's wishes.
If that's
whatever.
how you want to be staged on your favorite motorcycle with sunglasses on, as if you are still very much alive.
There was one recently that I saw where it was like a guy in a biker gang, and it was like him being lowered in a glass casket on the motorcycle.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Bury me with my bike.
Yeah.
Fine.
But in similar, but maybe slightly less morbid vein, a company in New Zealand called Dying Art Caskets was in the news last week for its very festive and unusual coffin designs.
For example, this coffin molded out of foam to look like a giant pastry.
Delicious.
Or these coffins that look like miniature classic cars.
Cool.
Or this one that looks like it's made out of giant Lego bricks.
Uh-huh.
There's also multiple examples of coffins that look like sailboats.
That's a schooner.
A lot of them are a lot simpler, though. They're just like wrap jobs, but, they're coffins. And they feature designs of stuff that the deceased were apparently into. A lot of people love Cadbury chocolate candy, but do you love it enough to be buried in it? Mm-hmm. This person who chose to be buried in this coffin here really loved Cadbury chocolate. More than you ever will.
Yeah. We need to sell, in advance, sell our caskets with, Manscaped and Mac Weldon, Freshly.
Oh, man, that's
all the hits.
That's some dark shit.
Yeah.
In the way things are going with, GoFundMe and shit, I would not be shocked to see sponsors paying for funerals at some point.
Look, I hope I don't, but if I ever get cancer, I'm going to hit up, Mac Weldon and be like, hey, do you think you could sponsor my GoFundMe? You get it started a little bit, and then people buy the products. They get a discount code if they contribute to the GoFundMe there.
The priest at the funeral is like, all right, before we get to, the next reading from the book of Paul, Paul's letters to the Romans, this is a quick word from Mac Weldon. You want to be comfortable whether you're at a funeral, whether you're dead or still alive.
Your Sunday best could be these Sunday loungers.
And Ricky wanted you all to know that he's wearing Mac Weldon right now.
It's morbid, but I would do it. Why not enjoy the money now while I'm alive?
Yeah. Funeral's expensive.
Yeah, my casket's going to look like a goddamn NASCAR. You look great. Anyways, Dying Art's owner, Ross Hall, told RNZ, one of the things that came into my mind is I didn't want to go out in a brown box. So I thought to myself, I'm going to write it in my will that I want a red casket with flames on it. A couple days later, I said to my wife, I wonder if anybody else wants something a little bit different rather than a brown mahogany box. And we sort of looked at each other and thought about it for a while. They didn't really do anything about the idea for a while, but eventually Ross started making designs and approaching funeral directors with sales offers. Though it sounds like most of them were just confused by the idea.
No one's going to want this. Get the hell out of my funeral home.
I think it's cool.
Yeah. Do whatever the hell you want.
Pizzazz.
Yeah. And eventually the idea caught on. As Ross told the AP, there are people who are happy with a brown mahogany box, and that's great. But if they want to shout it out, I'm here to do it for them. Mm-hmm. And it's nice. As they say, it's your funeral.
Yeah.
As for Ross's original idea of being buried in a red coffin with flames on it, though, he has apparently changed his mind from an ABC Australia article. As for his own funeral, Mr. Hall has changed his mind about those red flames. He has since emailed his kids saying he wants to be buried in a clear coffin wearing nothing but a leopard pattern t-shirt. The kids say they're not going, he says with a laugh.
Wow. They should do, because it's more like, I guess, responsible to just be cremated, obviously.
Yeah.
In New Zealand, I'm sure they have plenty of land
Well,
for
this
coffins.
guy, all of his coffins are biodegradable.
Oh, that's cool. No. That's actually very forward thinking.
Yeah.
Like but like you get like custom urns. You get like one that looks like a trophy.
Yeah.
Or like one that's like it's like a butt plug, like a giant butt plug. You just put it upside down. When it's sitting there on the mantle, it's like, it's a conversation
Put my ashes inside of a dildo.
Yeah. Or a big trophy. Or like a Ninja Foodie blender. He loved that blender. Making smoothies all the time.
It's a great blender. Blends so well.
Don't use it, though. Anyways, we got to pay for our funerals. So before we get into the headlines half of this show, it's time to talk about this week's sponsors. If you're a little sad, maybe you need some feels. CBD isn't about what you feel. It's about what you don't feel. Pain, nervousness, sleeplessness. If you experience any of these things, Feels CBD is a safe and natural solution without any harmful side effects. Feels is a better way to feel better.
Feels is a premium CBD that will help you keep your head clear and feel your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door. CBD naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. There's no hangover or addiction. And both of us use Feels to make sure we get a good night's sleep and not feel groggy in the morning, and it works quite well.
You know what I did the other day? I got my vaccine shot, and it was like the day after, and I wasn't feeling too great because of the side effects or whatever, and I was just like, boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
Slept great. Woke up the next day. Obviously, the symptoms usually only last 24 hours, but like it helped me go to sleep and sleep well the night that I was dealing with it.
It's magic.
It's
not
good
magic,
stuff.
it's CBD, but you get it.
All you do is you place a few drops of Feels under your tongue, and you'll feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important, and everyone's dose is different. So Feels, they offer a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience so that you can find your perfect dose. The Feels customer service team, they are dedicated to making sure that you get the best use out of your CBD.
Joining the Feels monthly membership makes your self-care easy. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel at any time. Start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/weird, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That is FEALS.com/weird to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/weird.
This episode is also sponsored by Upstart. When it comes to paying off debt, it can often feel like an uphill battle. High interest rates resulting in minimum monthly payments keeps you in an endless cycle of debt. Upstart can help you get ahead. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple, fixed monthly payment.
Unlike other lenders, Upstart looks at more than just your credit score, like your income and employment history. This means they can offer smarter rates with trusted partners. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate upfront for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan.
Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/weird. That is upstart.com/weird. Don't forget to use our URL so that they know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined on your income, credit, and certain other information that you provide on your loan application, of course. So go to upstart.com/weird.
All right, now for the best weird headlines of the week, starting with remote tribes mourning the loss of their godlike figure, Prince Philip.
I loved all those jokes he cracked on our expense.
So it's this island, this cluster of islands in the South Pacific, sort of in the middle of fucking nowhere, and like they're one of those tribes that are sort of left alone. It's unclear how, but they got it in their head like 60 years ago that Prince Philip is like some deity from their religion who he's very important to them. They worship him. They literally worship him as a god. And
God is dead.
And they're not too stoked on him being dead now. They say he's coming back though. So we'll see.
I saw the images from the funeral. I kind of feel bad for the Queen. Like they were like being like obviously because she's technically in a leadership role and has to show the country how you should act during a pandemic. But it's like, all right, like she's all alone. It's sadder than it needs to be. Like obviously the royal family's been vaccinated. They're the royal family. Like I know, good on them, I guess, for doing it for like, hey, we're all in this together. But like it did just kind of suck to see like a 90-year-old woman alone at her husband's funeral.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, he wasn't the best person. But still, you got to feel for the lady. They were together for like 80 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways,
yeah, it's fine.
Speaking of the
UK facing garden gnome shortage following Suez Canal fiasco.
see, blowback, just like we predicted.
I know. And do people specifically...
My gnomes are on that ship. I need my gnomes.
UK people, Brits, they love gardens.
No.
And for whatever reason, I've seen a couple of their gardening shows. These people love those gnomes.
Yeah, I don't really know the story behind why that might be, but yeah, the Brits, they love to garden. There's that guy on Twitter. You ever see that British dude?
Was it Gerald?
Gerald?
Yeah.
He grows big veg.
Dude, he had a Gucci shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got a book coming out that I hope has no editor and is just left exactly as it's written.
Just one run-on sentence?
Yeah, his writing style is very interesting. He misspells words in ways I could never even imagine.
Well, he's on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Or on the phone.
He's out in the garden all day. He's not online doing Mavis Beacon teaches typing. He just belongs in his garden. He's just helpfully providing updates to all of us, showing us his fucking gigantic carrots and shit.
But gardening in England is different. Gardening is it's your garden. It's like a creation of landscaping more than it's like putting tomatoes in the ground.
Yeah.
And people create these fantastical little ecosystems with little mushroom houses, and fucking gnomes and frogs that go fishing and all kinds of weird shit, and they love it. It's like a little community.
Have you ever been to Descanso Gardens
Yeah.
in LA? It's the same thing where it's how cool could it be? It's just some fucking gardens. And
It's like a rave garden.
The coolest garden I went to was the Hamilton Gardens in New Zealand, which is another thing where I'm everyone says I gotta go to this Hamilton Gardens. What is it? It's just a bunch of fucking gardens. It was one of the coolest places I've ever been because each section was just a themed garden.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and they were all awesome.
It's very calming for people. It's very I could never do it, but people really love it. And these gnomes being held hostage currently by Egypt.
Britain needs its gnomes.
The Egyptians are holding garden gnomes hostage technically. And that's a lot for people to chew on.
Yeah. We need a war. We need to bring our gnomes home.
Between Prince Philip and this.
Bring home our gnomes. Man evicted tenants for growing cannabis, then set up his own grow house, court told. Clever.
Oh, they could do that? I could do that too.
Get the hell out. Oh my God, I can't believe you would do such a thing. Get the hell out of here. You're lucky I don't call the cops. Mm-hmm. Get out of my sight.
I would never do something like this. Unless.
Anyway, it's all set up here. You just gotta water it.
Be a real idiot to just let this go by the wayside. Here.
I shouldn't, but.
Where was this at? Was it
this
legal?
This is in Ireland.
Oh, not legal.
Not legal.
Not legal. Oh, well.
Come on, Ireland.
Should have done it in the U.S. where it's fucking legal all over the place now.
It's legal, baby.
Yeah.
Steve Urkel's growing weed.
Yeah, even the dorks are getting into it. Yeah. A man spent 100 days locked in a room on a live stream. He says he'll do it for 5 years for $5 million as a custom piece of live wall art.
Yeah, I don't know. This guy, he's in a shed in his backyard.
Yeah.
Alone. He has a fiancée that he talks to through the window, but they haven't. I don't know. I don't know how he's doing any of this.
Of all the times to do it, though, during a pandemic is it's not even that big of a deal.
I went, but it's funny. Yeah, he streams on Twitch 24/7. I went to
check
his channel.
A little...
No one's fucking watching this shit because it's boring.
How does he get food? He puts it through a mail slot or something?
Yeah, it's brought to him.
Prisoners do this all the time.
Yeah. If he wanted to do this for real, well, I guess you can't set up a live stream in jail. But
does he jerk off?
I don't know. Probably not, because that's against the Twitch TOS. Maybe in the bathroom. I don't think he's got a camera in there.
To be completely honest, selling this as a NFT piece of wall art, a live stream to one person for $5 million, not outside the realm of possibility.
He is selling it as an NFT.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he makes art. It's cut out of sheets of clear plastic and shit. So he'll actually sell a screen with a custom frame for $5 million. I don't think anyone's gonna fucking buy this, but hey, worth a shot.
I mean, what happens if he leaves?
Then that's it. I don't know.
He has to give the money back, or
no?
Does he get a portion of it? Is it all or nothing?
I don't know. A lot of things online. He says he'll do it.
I love have you seen the new craze on Twitch, the stop sign camera? Where it's I don't even know what town it's in. It's in America, but it's a webcam on the stop sign that just everyone in the whole town runs. and it's like a huge event if someone actually stops for it.
Sounds interesting.
And the bonus is that there's
a lot of great memes.
There's a city like mail drop box in the middle of the intersection there too, so people get to see people drop off their mail and stuff. People love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like that Jackson Hole.
Yeah. But in the middle of the night, there's no cars in the road, and there's 250 people watching.
Wow.
It's crazy. Anyways.
Meanwhile, I can't even get like 50 people to watch me stream. It's bullshit. I should have been a stop sign.
I'll be opening packs of new Strixhaven Magic the Gathering cards this week. Twitch.tv/itsRickyFTW.
Next headline. Oklahoma legislature passes bill protecting drivers who hit protesters. It's fucking
Didn't
horrible.
Florida do this too?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they're not the first, but yeah, it's like, it's this fucking law that it's going to pass, but it's like basically makes protesting a crime, but makes it totally legal to run over protesters with your car if you feel threatened.
Yeah.
Which is like, could be interpreted any way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
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 This is fucking nuts. It's like getting mad at cops for killing people when they shouldn't. That's a crime. Running over the people who are mad about the cops killing people, totally fine. Have at it. And some freaks are just gonna like be parked outside of protests.
Yeah, no shit. Just like, well, my
let's
time.
fucking go. I've been wanting to do this for years.
Ugh. Vienna man fined 500 euros for deliberate massive flatulence.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, that sucks.
This is
all those sausages. And you expect me not to have a giant fart?
Yeah, have you ever had Austrian food? It will make you gassy.
Yeah.
And
it's all fucking carbs and meat.
But yeah, the police, they were like, if this was a normal fart, we'd let it go. But this was deliberate. We walked up to this guy, and he looked us in the eye and slowly lifted one of his butt cheeks and just let out the slowest, longest fart while keeping eye contact the whole time.
He didn't laugh?
It doesn't sound like it.
You ever have a long fart and you start laughing and the fart laughs with you? It's fun.
Yeah. 2 women tried to spend $1 million bill at Tennessee Dollar General store. You get a million things with that.
I'll take the whole store.
Yeah.
Stimulus check just hit.
I'll have all of it.
Yeah.
You got change for $1 million?
Do you see, was it Usher who did this recently?
Oh my God. I forgot to include this.
He went to a strip club. Yeah, he had his own money printed.
He was making it rain on all these strippers.
And they're like, woo!
Wow, Usher's really big spender over here. And then like the end of the night, the lights are up. They're sweeping up the bills. And like, wait a second.
Yeah, they posted it. They called him out on Instagram.
These are all fake bills with Usher's face on them. What the fuck is this?
It's fucked up. Like, it's really fucked up because Usher should have the money to throw a bunch of ones or whatever around at the strip club.
Yeah.
But instead, he's like, what was he thinking?
I don't know. It's it's not great.
It'd be one thing if there was like, it would be one thing if it was like the strip club was like, all right, Usher's coming in. He's going to pay $1 million. We're going to divvy it up evenly at the end of the night. But we're going to give him $1 million Usher dollars. Because he really just gets off on putting but as long as like they're getting paid afterwards, it's like Disney dollars.
Yeah, because it probably does feel really cool throwing money with your own face on it at strippers. But also, it's not real money.
Yeah.
It has no value.
That would be a cool like promotion for rich people coming to their strip club. It's like,
we'll print a stack of bills with your face on it.
Yeah, it's like the All-Star game, James Harden's in town. Like every strip club's like, dude, $500 cash for cash, we'll put your face on it.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's how we fix this. Usher,
he's actually on something.
Do the right thing, Usher.
We could turn this into a business, Usher.
Yeah.
Usher. Yeah.
Canadian MP apologizes after appearing naked during video meeting. This keeps fucking happening.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'll
never do it
didn't
again.
realize my camera was on. I had my penis out. I was stark naked.
How do you do this like 12 months after like the start of the coronavirus?
I guess he says he thought his webcam was off. He was changing clothes. He wasn't like speaking or anything. He was just observing.
Whoa.
But it's Canada, so everyone was really dry about it. They're like, just to remind the member from blah, 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 you have a great body. You've been working on that physique, but your webcam is on, sir.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. And then he's like, sorry.
So, but then that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. In America, this dude would
this would have been in the news cycle for like a week.
He was on a webcam. He walked by it naked, and my computer is in my house where my kids live, and they could have seen that.
Trying to make my sons gay.
So that's it. He's done.
Get him out of my Congress.
Mm-hmm. Mystery animal sighting in Krakow ends up being a croissant.
There's just a fucking croissant in a tree. And this entire
the hell is that
This
thing?
entire neighborhood thought it was like an iguana for days. They called animal control. They're like, do something about this horrifying beast.
If it gets too cold, it's gonna fall on us.
But there's pictures of it. And it's like, it's a fucking croissant. Like I don't know how anyone would think this is an animal.
Now they're on the hunt for the person who put the croissant in the tree, wasting everyone's time.
How many poles does it take to get a croissant out of the tree? Quite a few, and several days.
And how to get up there? We'll never know.
We'll never know. And final headline. Need a Mother's Day gift? Why not a vibrator necklace or a yacht trip, says Goop.
This is right, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, makes total sense that like she's the one name dropped as like in the WeWork documentary. The guy's wife is like her nephew or like her cousin. Yeah.
She's there. Gwyneth's a strange lady.
Yeah.
This Goop gift guide, it's wild though. Like there's affordable stuff on it, but like there's also, it's like buy your mom a fucking yacht, like a literal yacht, or like buy your mom an entire like prefabricated guest house for her backyard.
I feel like
buy your mom a cruise around the world that like costs $150,000.
Well, they are lovely gifts.
They are.
But I feel like completely different kind of personalities. But like Gwyneth Paltrow is like the opposite of Chet Hanks. Like she is like the type of person to be like, it's white girl summer. We're all going out on yachts, private yachts.
I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow is another nepotism case. Her dad, I think her dad was like a director or a director of photography. I mean, she grew up in Hollywood, so it's like she's always been out of touch.
Yeah. And her cousin, the apple doesn't fall.
Rebecca Mercer?
Yeah, it doesn't fall far from the crazy tree.
No, not Rebecca Mercer. It's Rebecca, I don't remember.
Do you see that documentary?
Not yet.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. I actually liked it.
I need to watch that one.
I don't agree with the critics. I thought it was, I don't care like what was left out or whatever, but it was thoroughly entertaining. It just, the whole thing is a cult. And it's the fallout, people like the ex-employees dealing with it, it's like being deprogrammed. Like they're either extremely angry at what happened or they're like literally like crying because they were like abused in a cult-like situation.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is a fucking cult.
Yeah. Anyways, it's worth watching. I'll say that.
I'll check it out. Documentaries. It's just hit after hit lately.
That's the thing. It's crazy shit keeps happening and someone has to document this.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our show. If you haven't seen our 2 most recent episodes, they're over there on the side.
Yep.
Got one about Dogecoin.
Oh yeah. It's still doing okay.
It took.
It's back up to, well, who knows by the time this goes up. There's like 30 or something. But I'm telling you, well, I'm not telling you because don't listen to me. But that goal is true. Like there's already, all over Reddit is just memes. 69 on 420. And then everyone's doing, after that it's going to be $4.20 on June 9th.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Mike Lindell's website is supposedly launching 9 a.m. Central Time Monday morning.
But still no VIPs were able to get on Sunday.
Stay tuned. We will have Mike Lindell updates for you as this Frank saga continues.
We just had to say his name once in this episode. That's all. All right. Check both of those out and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.